Welcome. And the question today from Acceptable Parfait 171 is, what's something dumb you thought as a kid? Hi, this is Derek. I just put the Drama Llama, Fred, back in his llama pen, so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. Oh boy, let's get ready for some drama. Juice House answered with, that drinking and driving meant any kind of drinking. Would love to talk followed up with, I would get so nervous when my dad, and I would get fast food, that a cop would see him drinking his soda, while driving, and arrest him. PGWDGN answered with, I thought Barbara Bush was Eve from the Bible. The news said she was the first lady, and I didn't know what else that could mean. And she did look pretty old from my perspective. Sakia followed up with, this triggered a memory for me. I thought my mom was the secretary to President George Bush. I remember hearing she was promoted to be a personal secretary to the head of her company whose name was George. My 5-year-old brain didn't really have a point of reference for the amount of people named George. That's my plan answered with, my parents used to say they worked to make money, so I thought their job was actually printing money. Jesus answered with, I thought the term wind chill factor was windshield factor. Like the weatherman was letting you know if he needed to scrape your windshield in the morning. Late Estimate 6 answered with, my brother is quite a few years older than me and liked to tell me little fibs all the time. Some of the more memorable ones include him telling me that our uncle invented hamburgers, and that lemonade has a little bit of pig pee in it. Snaw Snappy answered with, escalators would consume me if I didn't step off fast enough. Rusty 618 followed up with, holy poop, I saw a video about some girl falling through it and it still scares me. Think New answered with, when I was a little kid and my parents were driving, I would see the car in front of us have these rear blinking lights, and generally speaking, they always lit up pointing in the direction our car would be turning. How did it always know? I didn't understand what they were for, so I thought they were there to give instructions on where to go to the car behind it, us. After all, how did my dad always know which road to get to McDonald's, Toys R Us, etc.? Obviously he was following the instructions provided by the car in front of us. Hence, I'd always get concerned whenever my dad ignored the instructions the car in front of us was giving with its little blinking rear light. But I figured my dad was just taking a shortcut because he was my dad and dads know everything. Edit. For people asking / mentioning our car's dashboard blinkers, I had a simple explanation for that. I thought the car in front of us was also transmitting a signal to also show the arrows in case it was raining or snowing and it was difficult to see the car in front of us. Dirty McCurdy answered with, my dad convinced me that before Kodak invented color drops for your eyes, the world was all black and white, and that's why old films are in black and white. Edit. I forgot the best part. Shortly after learning this, a classmate at school asked the same question I asked my dad. Why there's black and white films / photos? So I answered with my new knowledge and the teacher laughed so hard. I went home after school and waited on the couch for my dad to get home. The moment he walked in the door, I screamed, I hate you, Dad, and ran to my bedroom. I'm Advanced answered with, that people would come in the night and cut off any appendages not covered by blankets. I conveniently convinced myself heads didn't count, because that would be too gross. C. Hunt followed up with, yeah, while sleeping I kept my toes covered no matter what. Did it well into my 30s. Uyo Agent 7 answered with, that when I turned 10, I would be able to see Pokemon in the world. My 10th birthday was a little disappointing. Master Weather 9898 answered with, being fired at work meant you were actually incinerated. Mario Approves followed up with, holy smokes my dude. Frisk answered with, I thought my TV was too small to see adults in shows like Tom and Jerry and the Powerpuff Girls. Edit, wow, thanks for the awards. Hystera Mystery answered with, I was just thinking about this today actually. I don't know what reminded me, but I'm even a little embarrassed today at how dumb I was. When I was like 7 or 8, I was on a competitive swim team. I was pretty bad at it. I got a lot of participation ribbons, I'll put it that way. One day I dove in the water and thought I should try swimming fast today. So I did, and when I poked my head out of the water, my coach was standing there looking at me like wide-eyed. She yelled, that's a first. You got first place. I won the race. Or whatever you call winning at swimming. Anywho, I randomly remembered that years later and it hit me. Like, WTF was I doing before that? Did it just never occur to me to try to win? What did I think swim meets were for? Just for fun? And why did I never try this new trick of swimming fast again? God, I was so dumb. Chris Scott answered with, I thought up until like 3rd grade that we were only learning about one side of the earth and we'd learn about the other half in later grades. I didn't make the connection between the big flat roller map my teacher would pull down across the chalkboard and the round earth everyone kept talking about. Kelsey Rain answered with, the moon was following me. 49 Wells followed up with, when my daughter was 4, she asked me if the sky at home is the same as the sky at school. Big Monsterata Deliciosa answered with, I thought actors performed the movie every time I put in the VHS tape. Monk 715 followed up with, me too. I remember how I tried to watch movies at night because I knew the actors were Americans and about the time zones, lol. Jaden is dumb answered with, that shut up was a bad word. Acceptable Parfait 171 followed up with, my mom made it seem like calling somebody stupid was the worst insult in the world, lol. Sack Attack 70 answered with, I thought clouds were made by a huge cloud factory. Acceptable Parfait 171 followed up with, I was real disappointed when they taught us in school that clouds weren't solid and you can't sit on them. And finally, Barry Boots followed up with, I was disappointed when I found out stars weren't really star-shaped. Well, there you have it. A perfectly great question answered by a bunch of fine and honorable citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. Also hit that silly little bell too to ensure you get the latest videos. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. I think he found more drama for me to share with you. See you soon.